All right, if you want to make homemade bread and not spend a ton of time on it or use sourdough or any of that, just a couple ingredients, beer bread is the way. So we're gonna just grease our pan here. I always make sure to get the sides really well, just because we definitely don't want it to get stuck in the pan. All right, and we're gonna start off with 2 1/4 cups of flour. We're gonna add to that 3 tablespoons of sugar. I am using just a can of Miller Lite. You want to use like just kind of low flavor domestic beer. You don't want to try your, fancy Christmas ale or IPA. It really does not add a lot of good flavor. It can make it really bitter. So just a run-of-the-mill kind of domestic beer is perfect. And I usually let it get to room temperature ahead of time as well. All right, so we've got our sugar. Even though we've got our beer going in, we're still gonna use a decent amount of baking powder. We've got 1 tablespoon and then a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. All right, and then just a pinch of salt. And we'll get this mixed together. We're gonna bake this at 400 degrees. And it takes like an hour. A big, thick loaf of bread like this really does take some time. So I usually will cover it with foil at the beginning, just so that it doesn't get too brown on the top. And then take that off in the last like 20 minutes. We're gonna add in our can of beer and then just 2 tablespoons of olive oil as well. And that's all there is to it. So the dough is gonna be, pretty scrappy, but you wanna make sure to get any of those little chunks of flour worked out. So I kind of scrape the bottom a little. But this is the consistency, so it's not too dry, not too wet. And we're just gonna pour this right into our prepared loaf pan. This is perfect for soup night, or if you want to impress your family or guests with some homemade bread, but you only want to spend about 15 minutes on it, then this is the stuff for you, and it's super tasty. All right, I'm gonna set the timer for 40 minutes. We'll take the foil off and add another 20.